Well, thank you so much, President Book, for joining us for this one-on-one interview. First of all, how was your summer?
It was good. It flew by, so it was hot. I know that everybody experienced a warmer summer than usual, but I'm excited to be back, launch the 23-24 academic year.
Yeah, I also just want to acknowledge we're sitting next to the bell, and it's the 100th anniversary of Alamance. Have anything you want to say about that and your memories now?
We are, yes, going to continue the celebration of 100 years. So what I love about the story of the fire in 1923, it actually was a student that alerted the campus that the building was burning. It was their responsibility to turn on the power and turn off the power every day. So it was before we had continuous 24/7 electricity. And it reminds us how different things were in 1923. But that story of being faced with a crisis, obviously it was the main academic building, all the labs, all the classes. And within a day, the community assembled itself. And I love the fact that they said they had a plan for the next 100 years, and they were going to build this quad, these 5 buildings. And 18 months later, they did open the first of the 5, and then quickly all 5 opened. But they thought that would last, Elon's growth for 100 years. And they would be so proud to come back today and to see the community that we have. But the hallmarks of that class are still true about Elon. And it's this, it's a gritty, face the challenge, come together, and keep students and the work we're doing at the forefront. That they had classes the next day, and assembled others sounds just like Elon, yep, we can have class. So we'll continue the celebration of 100 years of that, and have a few activities this fall as well associated with it.
Sounds very ready and resilient of those students. Well, I want to talk about your address to the community earlier. You had artificial intelligence as your central message. What inspired you to embrace AI on our campus?
Well, in this summer, and over the spring, actually. So once ChatGPT launched in late November of 2022, we all started talking about this new tool that put artificial intelligence in everybody's hand. And the first time I saw it, I thought, not so, not that big of a deal. And then people around me started showing me how they were using it. And it was when a friend of mine told me, in passing, she said, I got an email, but I know it was an AI email. It didn't sound like her at all. And I thought, whoa, she was already, had some savviness about it. So it really is here. It's impacting all of our lives, and it will grow. It's a new tool that will grow. So I wanted to keep foremost on our mind as a community, how do we prepare students for artificial intelligence, this world that will impact the quality of life. And I think I know it has a lot of positive capacity. And so how to harness integrity, our values, to know the power of human intelligence. So I wanted to show, and so opening up with a video of me that was literally from 5 years ago, and the artificial intelligence had captured my voice, I thought was a real way for them to see this could change things. It will change things.
Just going back to your speech earlier today, over the summer, the Supreme Court overturned affirmative action. And so I was wondering, how will Elon University's admissions practices change because of that ruling?
The SCOTUS decision was one we anticipated. So the enrollment team under Vice President Greg Zeiser had been working for about a year on strategy, should it unfold, that we no longer could consider race as part of the admissions process. Elon always had a holistic view on admissions, so we're looking at a holistic portfolio of students. So we will continue our practice in that. Our commitment to being enriched through a diverse class stays the same. We will follow the law, but we will use new tools to ensure that we're successful on that. We know it's critical for the learning environment. We benefit from, as a community, from the richness of different perspectives. It creates the kind of learning that we value. So we've created a holistic effort around admissions, and we'll continue to make those investments.
Just going back to your speech earlier, you mentioned retention and how Elon is working on employee retention efforts. And so what will those efforts include?
So we have a group brainstorming about ways to retain. And some of it is things like investing in professional development. So we started for our employees an early career institute that provides them ongoing professional development. They can earn certificates and other credentials that keep them engaged in lifelong learning. We also have one for mid-level employees and a supervisor series. So investing in their development is one thing they've said loud and clear. We also have reestablished our study abroad program for its staff. So that had dwindled, and with COVID it was challenging, but we're coming back strong. We'll have a staff J-term experience in London, and so we'll send 20 staff members out to London, and 6 other staff will be traveling with students and faculty to different J-term locations. So really excited to have that back.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic of retention, at several universities across the U.S., American, West Virginia, Thomas Jefferson, Temple, you can name any of them, presidents are leaving. So in terms of that,
You're talking about my retention?
well, I want to ask, do you have a timeline as far as your presidency?